Peace and blessings and keep up the lessons. You know what this is. It's Crypto B-Boy coming at you. Yeah, I got some stuff for you guys. I know it's a lot going on, but just hang in there, people. Stay focused and get in. Are you ready? Let's see what we got here. Are you ready? Let's get it. Alrighty then. Yeah. First, I want to give you a good word from my man Joe Schmo. In the house, he do his thing. He's a really theatrical guy, comical dude. Let him, speak to you guys right now. All right, hold on for a sec. Let me get him up. All right, here we go. Go, Joe.
Everybody, it's your 1 minute show with Joe Schmo. And yeah, today I was broken down. A lot of bullshit happened, but we were up and running on the road, and now I'm just taking my 10-hour reset. I was just in T's Crypto Spot. For those of you who don't know, follow him on Twitter, T's Crypto Spot. Follow me on Twitter as well. Link is in the bio. But yeah, I was in this spot, in the space that he was holding, and there was a lot of very interesting and educating discussions going on, and I think it's very good for the community and important that we continue to educate each other like this. Each one teach one. And for those of you that are listening, just don't ever forget the journey in becoming rich is the reward. The things you got to go through to get there. When you get there, you'll look back and be like, damn. So make sure you enjoy every moment. Have a good night, guys. Peace.
Alrighty.
Hey, everybody, it's your 1 minute show with Joe.
All right, let's close out on that. Appreciate that, Joe. Good word. Trying to get people to know that we got to keep on moving, people. We got to keep on moving. We can't let all this stuff like get us down and whatever. This is what we've been going through. We've been going through. It's like, how are you going to get to the door, going through all the obstacles like Raiders of the Lost Ark did, Indiana Jones, and get right there to the pot of gold, get right there to the treasure or whatever you want to find. It's going to make your life change. You know what I mean? And the door is right there, and you got the key. You got the special key to get in. You got past all these obstacles that could have even taken your life. Not with a lot of us. Depending on what we've been going through personally, but you know what I mean. You feel me, right? You feel me. So let's just keep it moving, people. Stay focused. But anyway, I want to get into your bro and our bro in the crypto space, as well as just Twitter space or any other spaces, Clubhouse, the Discord. Your man T. You know what I'm saying? His space that he had yesterday, like my man Joe Schmo was talking about, and it was major, major, major because it broke some, it got into some deep stuff and stuff that can be a little bit passionate and emotional with some who are passionate like myself and who has in them to want things to be good for everybody and to want good for everybody and want peace, peace and some harmony. You know what I'm saying? It has been a lot of disharmony in the crypto space, a lot of ups and downs and emotions raging and people coming at each other and so forth. So, we want better. And T is one of those type of persons, but he don't like the bull crap neither. He don't like the bull crap. He don't like the people coming and causing stuff. And he's not the only one. All of us that was there, I'm sure, excluding those who wanted to speak up for themselves as like, audacious and so forth, as you heard and you'll hear. But let me let you listen to the starting of his thing, and I'm going to only give you 10 minutes of it, and then we're going to go on to whatever else I have for you guys. But also, when you come in, click the like button, please. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, it's your bro, Crypto B-Boy, coming at you. We'll be coming at you. And even after this time and everything goes through and the outcome comes that everybody can get their monies that they've been so anxiously waiting for, to the point of that some people have gotten out of it because they lost hope, and some people are still in and hanging in there, and then you got people who are trying to chip away at people who are hanging in there. It's crazy, but there's a lot going on, and this thing with the banks, SVB, hey, Silicon Valley ain't what you call perfect, and any of those places. And mankind, I think that mankind's builds ain't perfect. We should know that. The one who created us he's perfect. Yeah, but that's for people who believe in that. But I'm not here to get religious. You know me now, because unfortunately people knew me when I was Brother Talib. They was like, I don't hear all that religious stuff. This guy, he just gets too religious for me. Okay, so we're here in Crypto B-Boy, so we getting down like this. So anyway, let me let you listen to my man, and we'll get in from there and talk about it a little bit. All right. So bear with me. Let me get this up. Hold on for a sec. Get it up. Okay. Where's it at? Alrighty. Means I gotta come back in here and refresh it for you guys. Alrighty then. Here we go.
What's going on, folks? What's going on? So, as you can see from the title, research and the importance of self-confidence in your investments. I think it's a pretty important few topics that we need to touch on. Often when we do spaces, we're breaking down interoperability or perceived and prospective interoperability that's going to potentially happen between chains and assets, public and private, and all that good stuff. But this is something that I think goes overlooked in a lot of the spaces that I do. And so we're going to talk about it. We're going to let everyone get in here, and then we'll kind of go down that rabbit hole in just a few. As always, for anyone who cares to speak, you guys know I always say it. I'm not a mic hog, even though I'm the host. Feel free to send a request, and I'll be sure to let you guys up onto the stage. As always, keep it respectful, no personal attacks. We do our best to keep it professional, non-biased in here. Everyone's perspective is welcome as long as it's respectful in nature. So, if you guys, like I said, want to come up on the stage, just go ahead and send that request, and we'll let a few more people come in before I get started.
All right. I'm going to speed it up a little bit so that...
Alrighty. So I'll probably be waiting a while if I wait for everyone to get in here. So we'll go ahead and get into it. Now, research. Does research regarding these assets and the technology mean that you're going to know everything? Nope, absolutely not. And the reality of it is that none of us are ever going to know everything about every single facet of this space. It's impossible, right? You have developers out here who may only work within a certain sector of a ledger, right? You may have some that work, with certain projects that aren't privy to what other developers are doing, right? I mean, so that's just an example right there that none of us, regardless of what build we're in or what we do, IT wise, is ever going to know everything about this technology. But having somewhat of a firm grasp of the fundamentals is important in this space. And I'll give you an example, right? When this thing happened with Hbar, I got bombarded, right? And I understand it, right? People open their ledgers and they see a zero balance and, people freak out, right? But here's the thing with that. If you have a decent or a nano ledger, usually on hardware wallets, when you're going through all that stuff and setting your stuff up, they usually have a little mini quiz for you, and they actually ask you questions like, where are your assets actually stored at? Are they on the wallet or are they stored within the blockchain? And you got to answer that question, right? And if you don't answer it, it'll tell you inputted the incorrect answer, and then it'll give you the correct answer, right? So, not even going through all the convoluted tech babble, as soon as I saw that my balance for Hbar was zero, I went and looked and saw what happened with the EVM functionality hack regarding the smart contracts and Hedera essentially halting or pausing the network because of that. And so I put two plus two together and I came on Twitter and said, okay, there's probably some sort of forensic work going on behind the scenes, and that's probably what's causing this to reflect zero on certain wallets, right? People still panicked, and they were like, "Well, all of my funds are gone," and I'm like, "Your funds aren't gone. You just need to go out to the mainnet environment and enter in your account, and then look at the mainnet and see if your tokens are still stored there." Now, if you went onto the mainnet and your tokens were gone from there, and that means the entire, you know, ledger or network was compromised. But that didn't happen in this case, right? And and this is no disrespect to anyone, if you had at least a basic understanding of how this stuff works, not even, like I said, a complicated understanding or convoluted understanding of all the little tech.
Now, we're going to just leave off on that real quick because, speak about real quick of what he's trying to say there. Is that pretty much most of the people, or I would say some of the people who have the issue as far as feeling some type of way because of techs like him, people who have technological, skills and knowledge because that's their field of work, right? They come to us and teach us and let us know about how things work in the crypto space, especially those who are actually real time working in the field, like Quincy Jones. You have what's his name? Oh man, I can't remember his name. Matt. You have Matt. You have the other guy. Dang, Neil, right? And Baggins. I think Scams worked and has worked, or is he still doing anything? I'm not sure. On a blockchain project. That's the main thing that I'm talking about. People working, excuse me, or have worked on a blockchain project, blockchain technology with a fintech company, if such, right? So pretty much these guys know what's going on real time in those areas. So they're gonna give us what we don't know. And even T himself, he doesn't work right on those projects because he dwells with another company. He's a contractor in another field, and he does his work with the government and so forth. What he is, and as much as he expound, on and divulged, which he's not going to divulge everything. You've heard from him. You know why, and we understand why. But basically, these guys have this knowledge, and some people take it very sensitively and take it like though when they tell them, like he's saying and trying to say that, if you don't understand the tech like to that level, on that level, in that scale, in this area of the real time or what's going on in the language, the lingo, everything, right, and the usage on that level of a full understanding, not just you reading charts, and charts are expressing in an illustration, an illustrated view, or written or drawn illustration, right? Whether it's by computer or by a person doing it, and then digitally put it in a graphics display, right? Okay, these people are different, and you're different. Okay, and if you're a researcher, like this is his title was great. Research and the importance of self-confidence in your investments. Very major. I tried to expound on that. I wanted to go back to that title a little bit. Everybody was going into different areas, and some people were on tangents, but mainly T was on point and trying to explain, hey, listen, we're trying to help you guys. We're trying to teach you guys about what we know about this tech and what's the importance. Now, your research is important, but you have to understand what you are researching, really, to the extent that you can, disseminate it correctly, where people can be, like Audacious. He does well. Okay, he has a good comprehension of what he reads and what he looks at. That's good, great. But don't put yourself on a scale like you're not, not able to be wrong either. You know what I'm saying? And that you might have more than the people who are actually working on this stuff or worked on this stuff. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope you guys get that. But let's listen a little more and hear what he's trying to say. Okay, hold on for a second.
Tech intricacies, right? But just basics. You would know that your stuff was safe on the blockchain, right? And that it wasn't a full hack on the network. There were just EVM functionality bridges regarding smart contracts that were exposed to vulnerabilities. And I applaud Hedera for freezing everything and saying, we're going to figure this out, because that's what you're supposed to do. And I know people whined about it and said, no, well.
And from what I know, that's protocols or troubleshooting protocols with these type of guys. They have to go through certain protocols accordingly that is in place. Like I'm an electrician, of my skill set. And I mean, I never got my license because I didn't want to go and finish school, but I know I know how, I know the lingua, I know what it is and how to put whys and not to put certain things in place, and certain things are going to go and certain things are going to happen. If something happens, which is the first thing you do when you troubleshoot, right? So these guys do know. I'm sure he's an IT. So if something goes down, boom, 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 if it's getting hacked, I'm sure they have a protocol or protocols, plural. So this is what he's trying to say. They know what they're doing. So Hedera knew what they're doing. So people were getting, a little bit unsettled because they thought they were going to lose their money. Just like that, everything's going to just gone because of all the different, contingent stuff is going on and things that happen with FTX and all these types of things contingent, and people are just, what's going to happen next? Calm down, people. Life is not always a crumbling situation. If you don't see it happening like that, then just chill. Take the precautions step by step, and pray on it. Whatever you're gonna do, just take a deep breath and take the steps and do what you have to do to get yourself stabilized in your situation, and that's it. And that's what he's saying. But I'm not gonna go on too much with him. This is gonna be other parts of these videos. Of course, this video was very major. The next video, I'm going to probably let you listen to him and then listen to the other speakers, even myself included, what I'm saying, giving some advice, some sound advice to the people and the listeners and the people in the space, as well as outside of the space that you hear this recording. And those of you who want to see on your own and go on your own and listen, you can go into T's account or area where you can pull up and find him in the search engine and then go in there and his feed will come up, hopefully for you. I don't know for sure if you have to be following him. I'm not sure about that with Twitter's process on that, but they will allow you to go to the recording and you can listen to it on your own. Okay, but I'm going to be doing videos. I'm going to be expounding, commenting on it, extracting stuff that is good that we need to know, and putting my spin on it in my perspective, and giving you some good sound advice, because that's who I am. You're gonna know me if you don't already know me. I may not be well known, and it's not about me being on stage to become famous and well known. For me, all I would like to do is to be able to continue to do more videos for you guys. So the more subscribers I get, I never cared about this YouTube requirements that they made before, way after I became a YouTube content creator, because I was a YouTube content creator before they had these stipulations of having 1,000 subscribers. And I'm just saying this, I'm keeping 100 with you people. I'm just saying 1,000 subscribers, and then you got to have 1,400 this and all that stuff, right? In order to be able to make a little bit of dollars from them. People are trying to make money on their time. Their time is money. This is what it is. So whenever time I can give to you, that's all I care about. I don't care about the fame and the fortune. The fortune I already put myself and positioned myself for as an investor. And that's the main focus that you people need to be on. All this other stuff and hoopla, and he did it, and what he say, that nigga, well, Come on, let's chill and just keep it moving and be focused. Look at what's going on, people. I like what John said in this video. You'll hear about him. You know what he's saying. Joe Schmo. A lot of guys was trying to bring some advice, and Kurt clearly was trying to state what you can't and you shouldn't do when you get into, picking at a person in this space, whether it's just this space, because ultimately we are human beings in this space. We have feelings, we have egos, we have all of this, we have, we going through things, we got mental issues, some of us that got to get better and straighten out that mental issue. If you have a mental issue, you shouldn't be here. This is not going to save you. It's not going to straighten. This is not your psychiatrist. Social media is not Jerry Springer, and Jerry Springer was never the healing factor for people's mental issues and dysfunctional lifestyles. Okay, I'm from that. I've watched that stuff. I got to the point I said I'm done with that because it was crazy. People were bringing their problems and airing out their issues into public for people to know and think like people's going to fix their problem. People just going to watch it like it's in circus in the Roman Empire, like what this all is basically. All this matrix and stuff and getting this, getting thrown off and all these different things and entertainment and this and that, and then you got UFOs on the news and all this stuff. It's part of the circus. And while the circus is going on, the people in the background are doing what they're doing and maneuvering on us. But if you don't know what's going on, you're going to be taken, and you're going to be thrown to the lions. They're going to throw, because that's what they do. Eventually, they find somebody else. Okay, well, they killed those people already. They moved them out, put them in a burial. Now next, let's put these people and we can enjoy more and sit there. And as they sit in the front, in the top big, like in the arenas, what do you think what an arena is, right? In football and games, and who's the top people that is there? All the other people, they're just regular people who got to get tickets in there, and they spent almost all their check to get tickets for that, and to sit there with those big wigs, the whales, and the people in the up tops and the elites that people don't even really know, but maybe not. They might know them because they're the emperors and they walk around, with their garbs dragging and arrogance up in the air, chins and up in the air, thinking they're better than God's gift to the world. Anyway, but I got a little bit left to go with you guys. It's 22 minutes in. I didn't want to have you guys hanging for too long. I'm trying to keep my videos as short as I can. This is from my man Jay, and I'm saying my man Jay because he does good. T even said in one of his tweets that he was saying, some people think of my man as being a fudster, but leave him alone on that. Go back on that and think about what he brings to the space and his value that he brings. And he brought a good value, and he's as you see posted here. He brought excerpts, as it says, the excerpts. Excuse me, I got to get my glasses on. My 53-year-old eyes. You know what I mean? Excerpts. And this is a thread, tweeted thread, and this is shout outs to T. T had posted this up for this my man Jay here. So excerpts. This SEC are trying to exclude on the Ripple side something that pops out to me: over 1,700 XRP contracts by Ripple, with one category being counterparties agreeing to sell XRP on behalf of Ripple, right? And then you got the case. I think my man kind of copied the case, documents. All right, and it says here the SEC moves to exclude the testimony of Alan Schwartz, Peter Adrians, I think, or Bradley and Bradley Borden, Peter Eston, Yusha Yadev, Alan Farrell, M. Laurentus Marius, and Christina Champagnier. I'm sorry if I messed those names up. SEC Delbert what do you call them? Memo, right? And then it says, which is ECF number 772. The SEC also moves to exclude the opening report of Carol Osler and the testimony, in part of Daniel Fishel, and then there's the coding that they do. And then Alan Schwartz, as this number one, they're talking about the guy, the testimony of Alan Schwartz. Defendants offer the testimony of Alan Schwartz, a professor of law at Yale Law School and professor of management at the Yale School of Management, who opines on 1,700 written contracts related to Ripple's XRP distribution. Okay, Schwartz report, and then you have the coding of where it is at to be found. Schwartz areas of expertise include contracts, commercial law, corporate finance, mergers and acquisitions, and bankruptcy. Right. In discovery, the parties produced over 1,700 contracts, which are specific agreements by which Ripple transferred XRP to contractual counterparties in a variety of commercial transactions. In his excerpt report, Schwartz organizes the 1,700 XRP contracts into 4 primary categories. So you can continue to go on in this. This was major, you know what I mean? He has the feed that goes down. I mean, he gets really in. He has more parts of this connected case document, and then he goes down into other documents. You know, like for a statement that I did that I can't post here and I can't scroll down because for some reason, and I mentioned in another video, Twitter is not. It's either blocking me. You know, Twitter's been going through some stuff. I mean, people have been getting blocked. People have been losing their. They've been getting knocked out of their. Like even T, he mentioned earlier, he only had 3 hours in, and other people have been going for 8 hours in there, and his space was knocked out of there by 3 hours and some change. So, you know, this has been happening. T said he had some issue that he felt he was blocked out of another, and you know, me as well. I have some issues that has been going on. So pretty much, I'll read a little bit of what he's saying in this one. JV, which is JV the Great. That's what his name goes by, and in the Twitter space. Another one granted and denied in part, highlighting how the SEC once again argues that Howey doesn't require the existence of a contract. Schwartz can testify, and this is not Schwartz. This is Alex Schwartz. This is not the same Schwartz that we know. Okay, so it says Schwartz, if I'm correct, and can testify how Ripple's contracts differ from securities contracts, but can't testify on the legal reasoning in Howey. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I don't want to continue on. Time is going by. But I appreciate you guys, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed with your bro. Okay, and you know, just keep on moving, people. Don't give up. You know what I mean? We're close. There's a lot of things that are coming to the forefront. The what do you call it? Like the cream is at the top of the coffee. And then you're going to be able to drink it and enjoy it, hopefully. You know what I mean? And just keep your faith and keep your hope alive. All right? So until next time, I thank you guys for listening. Like I said, I'm going to have more videos that I'm going to share or go into T's space because there's a lot of value there. There's a lot of good advice. And there's a lot of revealing of those who you got to know that are really where their intentions are at, where their intentions lie at, so that if you're sure to follow them, if you know that they have some issues going on or something. Because some of the things that people say, and I'm going to leave it at this, that if you are trying to, even like Joe Schmo, he gives good advice as people trying to put themselves in a position that they have to force. And even Baggins got one in on it, okay? Baggins, about being that you have to be like a person to policing other people. There's something wrong there. And I'm an analyzer. I'm not a professional. I'm not a mental professional or professor or any of that type of stuff. But I do know people's thoughts and minds and actions from my experience of coming up through what I've gone through, the dysfunctional stuff that I've dealt with in not just family, but because my family and my household with my mom, and I grew up with my mom. My father, you know, he pretty much was Papa's a Rolling Stone, if you know what I mean. But you know, we still had a intact family. We still was there for each other. But there were certain things, and everybody has their issues. But my thing was where I learned in the streets, where I learned in school, and how people thought and frame of mind and different things that they got into, the drug scene and all, all that stuff. I got into religion really from my ends of high school and got into Rastafarian, and it was in another mental state of things, and music, and I got into music big, and I was in that, and I was even in the band. I was a lead singer on, so much things. I used to skateboard. I was a skateboarder. So I went into so many areas of things, and I dealt with people who was in evil witchcraft spirituality as well. You know what I'm saying? That they came upon me with stuff that I didn't know, and revealed some stuff. I knew Masons. I knew 5%ers. I knew the Nation of Islam, and I knew black nationalists, and I dealt with a little bit of that, went away from that because I knew the disbalance there, and all these different things. A lot of experience my man has, Crypto B-Boy, 53 years of his life, but my adult life, a lot learned, yeah, besides the childhood. So, if I was just giving you my credentials, I did. But anyway, I mean, because some people do that too. They want to judge people on their credentials in these spaces, and it's ridiculous. But I'm just going to say that you have to know who you take it from and who you following. And these days are very important and serious because, people get into your brain, man, and they'll lead you astray, or they'll lead you on the right path. So you never know. But until next time, thanks again. Again, you people be safe, stay strong, stay with it, stay focused, and don't give up. All right, take care. Peace. I'm out.